Hey there, every bear! I hope you like beavers as much as I do because it's time for more Timberborn. And I guess we should just start with a little look at what's been going on since the last episode. We've still got like this original starter area and like where the district centre's still here. I mean, it's technically it's the third place it's been, but yeah, we managed to flood the canyon last time, which was great. We're in a bit of a drought right now, so it's a bit low. But that gives you a chance to see some of the craziness that's been going on. We've got the mushroom towers and the fermenting. We've got the new living quarters, which have the hospital beds that now got little roofs on top of them, and some breeding tanks, which are great. We've got this whole like entertainment bit above, and the great big new set of water towers are there as well. So I suppose we should look at what I've done since the last episode, because actually I've done a lot. You're going to see in a minute. It's been a lot of cycles. For starters, I have made a start on the farm. If you watched the last episode, you might have remember I was talking about moving all of this off and into the area over here and starting up a farming area here. Well, we've started. All of these paths have got water underneath them. They're connected to the reservoir in the canyon. We're just working on a little bit, so that's going to connect that up there as well. And we're gonna carry on like that along here. That's going to be job one for today, is move this onto the canyon. We've got to get some more beds in, and I have filled the whole base of this reservoir, which goes, through the canyon. Do you remember this was a canyon? It's hard to think of it like that now because it doesn't look like one. But yeah, we've got two high platforms all along here, and we're going to put another one high on top of that. And the reason for that is so that we can do things like this. Everything is connected. We've got one great big power grid. It's really suffering right now because it's a drought, but it's all done. And yeah, this was quite a project. And it goes underneath here, which we did last time. And now it all connects over here and through all of this, and there's power, whatever these are, shafts underneath all of this stuff as well, and trying to make use of the building to connect it. Right, so that's that project, and we've expanded. All the metal's gone from over where we were getting metal over here. We'll look at this in a minute because this is crazy again. But there are two places for metal now. We've dug through this thing. I'm loving these tunnels. Look at these tunnels, and you're going to see I love these tunnels properly in a minute. What I've done, but yeah, we've got a tunnel through there, and that comes from over here. I don't know if anyone's actually working there. We don't need any metal at the moment, so it's that. But we've also got metal up here, which they're collecting. Eventually, we'll tear that down just for the sake of it, I guess. And you might have seen a little sneak peek here, because this wasn't here. I have built a whole tunnel in here, and it's really quite cool. It's got little fires along the edges, and it goes all the way around here. And it's very, very right angle, but I thought it was easier than trying to go for a weird angle, which would feel more natural. But it is what it is. And that is my bad water tunnel. So whenever the bad water comes, we're going to shove it down there, and it comes straight out here, which all of this normally flows here. How long until the next... This is the last day until the end. And then we can see the actual water moving everywhere, and it makes more sense. And then over here in our... It's a very small industrial area now. Everything is been shifted over a bit because it used to come out over here, but everything's been shoved this way, and there's a lot more stuff. And I've tried to make it a little bit comfortable. We've got the mud baths over here. We have got some contamination pods because we had a couple of maybe just one beaver got in the bad water while we were building this tunnel, and I thought, Actually, we do need to have them. And there's a room for a few more bits and pieces to pop in. We've got some spaces to fill with some stuff, and we will do that at some point. So now for projects that are still ongoing, we have got the new tree farm area. We need to put a bit more water in here for starters, because it is looking a bit dry. Get some more water. We've got just enough water. Droughts are hard. We can get some water in here, and there we go. Just a bit better. So we had just oaks down here. I have dropped this whole section down here. We had, I think we had the channels of water going through it and out the back for when they overflow. But now I've got this massive lake bit in the middle, which helps as well because, you know, more water stored. And we're growing mangrove trees. I'm not harvesting these for like chopping the trees, so we've lost a lot of lumber production. So we're down to 32 at the moment. So we are making this bigger. That's what's going on around here. I'm using the tunnels and dynamite, and we're just carving away into all of this. They're working on this side at the moment. And I'm going to make this whole area. I don't know how far to go. We could potentially do this whole bit down to this level, and yeah, I mean, there's nothing to say we couldn't do all of this. We don't need that high bit. We might leave the very edge, just so that it still feels like it's contained. That might probably be nice. But yeah, and then I haven't really decided what's happening here. I think this has got to be flattened, and then we probably are going to keep this up higher because we've got another metal ruins. There's underground ruins here. There's choices, but that's not today. Today we are growing the city. Let's make it daytime again because we do not want to be dealing with the darkness. Right, so plans for today are to grow the city. We are going to build over all of this. I've left the edge because I just in case we need more access to the water. But yeah, we're going to grow the city. We're going to put in a swimming pool because why not? Build some monuments, all sorts of things. We've got a decent amount of science points, so we can get like some of these and things. They're not too expensive. We probably won't get to this one because that's a lot of science points, but we will be putting in new things for the number cruncher. That's going in, and I'm wondering if we have a bit of, at least start to experiment with where these are going, because that's the other thing I want, is to be able to use this dropped area for running the tunnels for this as well. That we are going to have some issues with all this power network going through. We might have to break some of this and dig down and put some of them down a bit instead. But there's options. We need to make sure we've got a way down into here from a few places, so that we've got like an underground network of paths to get beavers through for access for building and things like that. I'm trying to be a bit careful, and the other thing to deal with is that we've stalled as far as population. We've got plenty of, well, not plenty, 35 or 34, 33, make your mind up beavers, 33 beds, but still 20 jobs available. So we've got some work to do as far as putting maybe some more breeding pods in. We've got 12 under there. If we drop this down, so we're not looking at this upper area, we can see we've got 12 breeding pods. No, we haven't. Yes, we have. It's under there. Couldn't see it. There's lots of supports and all sorts of nonsense going in here to get this done. And we need some more showers and things in places. We've got some showers down here as well. For the beavers are back to night time again now. Goodness sake. But yeah, we need to get a bit more bit more in for everyone to be better, although I have to say this keeps going up to 18. This is the best I've ever done as far as, you know, happy beavers. We've got a lot more different foods available. We do need to prepare some of these foods though, because we've got we're growing these cassavas and soybeans, but we're not doing anything with them yet. We need to we could start fermenting those straight away, really, because we've got spare fermenters that, you know, don't need to be doing mushrooms. And I want to build the towers higher and some more towers. So there's a lot of plans. I want to do quite a few more towers actually. I'm going to grow some algae in another set of towers, and I want a set of towers for storage and a set of towers for the gravity batteries. I thought that might be great, so we might combine the storage ones and that one. We'll see, but it would be kind of cool to put them on top of everything, but I haven't quite figured out how I want to do that yet, because we've got to get the power up there, and that would be a little bit weird. So maybe this one won't, but maybe other ones could have some gravity batteries. It's probably worth doing. So yeah, we're going to start by getting a load of platforms down. That is probably the first step in just making progress on building the city up, because, well, we need something to build the city on. Right, we're ready for some explosions. I've done a few, but this is the biggie. We're going to make this tree farm a lot bigger now. So let's open this right up, and look, it's all lovely and ready for planting straight away. Oh, that's a bit loud, isn't it? And yeah, let's just put down a whole load more of oak trees, put a few extra over here already for a little bit, and I think we're gonna dig in as if it's a cave. I'm not gonna get rid of the whole top, we're just gonna work in underneath. It's gonna be like, yeah, we're gonna keep some of this top stuff and just dig in now, because we're going quite low, so that'll be quite cool. And make sure we don't forget to do this. I had a whole load of trees over here that weren't being cut, so that'll keep them happy now. I'm pretty sure that's well within range of. And over here you can see that the paths for the city are being built. I thought I'd lay out, you know, some grids. Gotta love some grids, as it's going to be a city. It's going to full of tall towers and industry and housing. Yeah, it's going to be busy. So yeah, we can see we've got the grid coming in for all of that, and I've started to think about where I'm going to put these. The tubeway stations, I'm not going to build them yet, but they're going to go down in a few places. So around the farm, one over here, and I'll just sort of think about where to put them down as I'm planning everything out. And yeah, there's going to be a lot of planning and waiting, I think. It's bad tide time, and these are much easier to deal with than droughts. Droughts cause me power problems at the moment, and I have got a plan, but we're not ready for that yet. But yeah, the bad tide, it turns it almost like it's like a chocolate river. It looks like from Charlie and the Chocolate Factory going into the cave like that, and it's hard to remember that that's not chocolate. That's horrible polluted water. And yeah, then we just flip these two floodgates and carry on as normal, and it comes rushing out here, and we get, I don't know, I don't think we get more power, but we definitely get power. I've started a thing. We'll get there eventually with this, but yeah, I think I'm going to fill this whole bit with water wheels. I don't see why not. And it'd probably be good to pull that water level up a bit to make the water wheels better. So we could do that. I mean, it's going to slow them for a minute, but then I think they, more water will be coming through on the wheels, and they'll catch a bit. They might get more power. I don't know. It makes sense to me that they go faster if they've got more of the wheel in the water. We'll see. I don't know. I don't know if that's true or not. But yeah, things are happening. Nighttime again. Right, that's better. Now we can see. Firstly, high score of 22 on the goals. Actually, it's sitting at 22. I think it's the food. I think if we look, it's the food. Now that we've got various types of food available, and a fair few bits and pieces. Yeah, oh, I only got 2 clocks, and they seem to be very happy with that. Okay, we'll get some more bits in. We're going to really get high on this. But yeah, it's time for more exploding. So let's do this. And very loud. There is more space for more trees down the bottom, and then I can carry on working away on this, and yeah, carry on through that way. I guess it's just a big long project that it's never going to finish, is it? Well, it's going to finish when we get into the corner, get the whole corner done as a big lumber mill type of place. Yeah, I don't know, trees and woodwork and things. It is what it is. And I did wonder about I've got rid of some of the platforms, but maybe I should be leaving them and putting little roofs on them. Is that cute? Is that, where is decoration? Like little, going along here. We could do that on top of all of the bits, and then that makes them happy, doesn't it? They like that, so might do that. Might put these platforms back in that I've just removed, because we've got excess resources at the moment. And very much do not. There's a lot of building projects that are not happening because there's no resources for them. Yeah, so that was the thing, wasn't it? To build little bits like that. So maybe some of that could be going along in various bits around here to try and make them happier. Possibly even get full coverage over some of this. I don't know. I'll have a play. See, these look kind of cute though, like that. Especially because they're coming out of the corner there. We better make sure we mark this for cutting. Otherwise that'll be wasteful. Right, we're still good with that one. That one's still reaching over there. Okay. So we are starting to get to the point where I need to think about another set of foresters when we get over here. And I wonder how far the water's going to reach, because we're going to put in a whole load more here as well. So this is going to take a little while until we blow that up, because I want to work into the side of all of this as well, which means more tunnels. Just great, all the tunnels. So I'll get those done in a bit. But let's take a look at the algae tower. Now this is a slightly different design to this one. This one was sort of what was this, 8 wide, and then it went sort of 11 long with these bits sticking out, whereas this I've gone for a 9x9, and I think it's a little bit easier to build, a bit less resources on the stairs, and you get a bit more storage in. You see that one ended up having a blank layer for the I don't know why that happened. I think I did something wrong. But yeah, this is all going to be algae eventually, and it's got a power shaft up the middle too, so we can look at putting some gravity batteries hanging off the side of it. Hopefully that won't squish anyone at the bottom. That would be unfortunate. And what else have we been doing? Well, we've been laying out these little stationary bits. This one is going to be here to make sure we can get over that power shaft that goes down the middle. So yeah, we're going to come up into this one and back down out of it, and hopefully they'll use that, and everything will go through that. It's like a central point on there. So we'll have, I don't know, maybe lots of lines coming out. It's got like 7 ports on it, so we could have them going to different places from there. I don't really know how it works. I haven't done it at all. And then this is going to be the new district centre. It's not connected at the moment, otherwise it would be, you couldn't build it if it was. But yeah, that's going to go there, right in the centre of the city. And some new hauling stations, or hauling posts, being built there. And then yeah, over by the water wheels, we've got the number crunchers. So we're just working through everything that's over here to replace it. So I'm going to build another one of these, but instead of 2 towers of storage and 4 towers of hydroponics, it's just going to be 6 towers of storage, and I think that's going to fit here. That's why I've moved this over there. So despite me telling them not to build them, they've started. Apparently, low priority doesn't mean anything these days, because what it means is use everything but the planks, because we've just not got enough planks. So yeah, an area over here for production of planks is probably going here. Planks and cogs and treated planks. We don't need many treated planks, but we do need some. So yeah, that's all going to go here. I'll do that. That's probably going to be my next thing to plan out, after maybe another block like this, but for storage of, well, I'm not sure exactly, because I might prefer to have all the wood stored over here, although this is probably not big enough anymore. So we'll see. Maybe we'll just have a thinner, just 3 things of storage over here for all the wood. That might be better with the stairs on the front. I don't think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, oh no, it might fit there. Okay, so we could have wood storage over here, and another 6 towers over there. 6 towers over here for mostly food and things, and then we need somewhere to store all the metal. But we're starting to get towards, like, maybe we use some of this area for that. I want to work on the bots and things over here, so maybe the metal works going over there, or coming over here. We have got a mine there, so having the metal stored over here and worked on over here is probably the best thing. And then we'll just keep this section here for all the things that do explosives and the what is it, extract, yeah, and dirt, dirt. Don't need any more than that. So yeah, there's a plan, and it's going quite well. Wow, they're really getting on with that. Bro. Right, time for a quick update, I think. I think it's looking really impressive. Obviously, it's all not built yet, but this is going to be huge, and I've gone over the top a little bit on this storage tower. I was just sort of happily clicking away, and yeah, I've gone a lot higher than those ones. So what was the tallest building is not going to be the tallest building anymore, and we've got plans in for these. These are cool, like wind tunnel things. They're going to love those, and that's all going to be powered from underneath again. And we've got a whole woodworking district, I guess. Not district. We're not using the word district. It's not happening. But yeah, 6 lumber mills and two wood workshops for the. What does this make? This makes the treated planks, and then 2 gear workshops for the gears. That should do for now, and if it doesn't, then we've got a little bit more space over here where we could fill in with some extra gear workshops, or yeah, we could have another 2 for planks, another 1 each for the gears and the treated planks, whichever one needs more. So I'll probably leave that space clear for that, and we can bring power up there and up the side. So that's pretty easy to make happen, actually. So I've still got this massive area here, which I have no idea what I'm doing with it. I'm pretty sure I'm going to do like all the metal here and everything. So this is like almost. I want that back. I probably plan this bit at some point soon, because then that's the last of the things that are over here. What we don't have is any engines, which I guess if we're going to put them in, are going to go over here before we start clearing this whole area for working on bots and things like that. That's probably the best thing. So maybe I'll plan some engines just as extra power, start thinking about these gravity batteries on the top of here, because I've got the power shafts going up like that. So that's going to happen. I've even put it in on this one. So it's definitely space for that. And then we can start getting rid of all of this, I guess. That's the plan. Once all of this has started being built, then this can start being removed. It'll be weird to just see all that go, because it's been there for such a long time. But yeah. And over here is going well. We're digging out fast. I think this project is probably why this is all going so slow. But well, I'll just have to leave it running for a while and let them get on with it. You know, that's what I had to do with the great big tunnel. So yeah, just have to wait and see how long this takes. I can officially say the city has risen. Now, when I think back to how this little thing started as like a canyon with a little river through the middle, and now it's a big flat city on top of a reservoir. This is crazy. This is not what I was planning, but I really like it. We've got such a mix here of these tall towers in these. I love these colours, brilliant colours that are going on. That's what made me do this, I think. Seeing this great big purple tower grow, and then all the lights flicker on and things, and then we've got the green one for the algae, and that's great, especially when you come around this side and it's got all the storage bit on it. We've got just towers of storage everywhere. Look at all this. I'm never going to need all this pine resin, but there it is. And you know, it's just crazy. I know there's not a lot of food, as far as this is way over the top, but I built it and it's there, so that's what it is. We could go bigger on the farms, to be fair. You know, I've got all the different farms going on here, and I got more space for the future. We've got this massive area for the trees, which is actually looking a little bit dry, so we need to sort that out. I'm just trying out a few different things as far as how to best balance the water, and yeah, there we go, that's better. And it's not all working out perfectly. We have just had a bad tide as well, so you know, a bit of a drought sort of time, and the water supplies have got a bit low as I've tried out different things, but we're working on it. We've got lots of pumps, lots of water. I don't think any of it's flowing out this way at the moment. There we go, that's looking a little bit healthier. I'll keep an eye on that. And then we've got, well, let's go for a little tour around the different parts of the city. The the district centre of the city is here, surrounded by various hauling posts, builders' huts, even some builders' huts underneath this platform. Don't know if you'll know what that platform's for or not, but I've pre-prepared a space, and I've been sticking these monuments in places. So love them. So, so just putting them up above walkways and things. Probably carry on doing that where I see a little space for them. I could get another one over here actually. That might be kind of cool. I think I can. Well, no, maybe not quite enough for them. The power situation. Now I'm not sure whether this is particularly efficient or not, because they don't do very much. Maybe they're doing enough. We're definitely producing some power. We've got engines that are doing some, not really keeping up with the demand though of the city. So I need to think about that a little bit more. I've actually turned off these number crunchers, which just are ridiculous. 31,000 science points. I don't need those on. And we have got a bit of a population overflow at the moment, so we'll just paused most of the breeding. But anyway, back to the city talk. We've got, we've got food production. We've got the centre, and we've got like this whole leisure area here, which they seem to like day or night. Swimming, sitting around fires. We've got showers and things. There are showers and benches and everything everywhere. And we've got these over here. This is probably what's taking loads of power, to be fair. Aren't they cool? And they're pink. When did that happen? What? How did? I mean, everything's pink here. It's great. And then we've got like another little real industrial area where we also make coffee. Well, this is food. All down the side is more food factories and things like that. It's real. It feels really industrial over here though. With all the smelters, we've got storage for dirt. I don't know why. More metal than we can ever dream of using, probably. And yeah, that's our coffee beans. So from what is probably a temporary coffee field, I'm actually, given the housing situation, although we don't really need to up the housing, we just need to decrease the population, but it could make some more housing over here, and maybe as the farm grows we'll move some coffee over here. Makes a bit more sense, feels a bit more part of the farming area, but we have got this up here, which is maybe a problem. I'm really happy that's come out. Dude, oh, we've got this there's nothing productive over here. This is completely a leisure area as well. Just more swimming, more campfires, these little theatre things that I didn't realise were going to be a powered thing. And it's a little cool show. It's nice having like all the stuff going on. I am having to work beavers a little bit hard due to the water situation. So we are on slightly longer days at the moment. But we'll bring those down again once we've got water back under control. We had a log situation before. That's fine now. We can't store any more logs, so these are going to start growing more. And then, well, the only other thing that I really want to make sure I get done today, or this episode, it's not really today, it's taken ages, is I've put in all of these tubeway stations, but there's no tubes. Well, there is one tube. It goes there, and I only built it because I had to build something so that I can have my path back. So other than that, those are not in. So I thought probably about time to start connecting them. We've got this hole around this one, and yeah, let's do that together, I think. So using this, we can nip below the surface. We'll turn the water off. It's a little bit hard to do everything, but once we get the building mode open, it won't be so bad. Let's see. So we've got the vertical tubeways which we need to get in to know where on earth we're going. There is that one there. And I guess I need to go one level up and just see where we're going from. So we have a tubeway over there. Probably going to put one in over here actually. As well, let's do that. And oh, actually, before we do that, we need to carry on with this row a bit more dynamite. Yeah, why not? They'll do that. So we'll put another one in over there, and this one is going to go here. So we're going to take this one out from there, and we'll go down and put the first connection there, and that's going to come all the way down through here and connect with this one, I guess. I don't really know how this works. Now we can see what we're doing. Let's get these in. Yeah, they look like they're going to connect to things in various directions. Well, that's great. That's an amazing start. We can definitely do that. Now, whether they can build that through the platforms, I don't know. They're busy building all of that first. So I'm going to just mess around. You don't want me to and R at you while I do this. There's another one, a little hole there for that one. So we'll put that in. I've left some spaces ready. And I'm going to mess around with this, get these all in. And I will show you what we end up with in just a minute. Right, here we are. It's an underground tube network, and there was a lot of destruction to get it all in. It was painful, but we did it, didn't we, Beavers? We built it, and I'm pretty happy with it. And I think by all the flashing lights, Beavers are pretty happy with it too. You should see it first thing in the morning as everyone leaves all their homes over here and just goes zooming off all over the place. Even added an extra station over this side. Let's head back to the overground so we can see properly. Let's get rid of that. And then we have a proper look now. We're just waiting for the water to come back up after the bad tide, but we've got plenty of reserves. And yeah, so we can see all the tube networks. There's one which comes out in front of here so that we can get over this side, which of course is going to be great when we expand over to here next time. And at night you can just see the sort of, especially around this central one, you can see all the lights popping around underneath the platforms. And we've got this one over here for all the living quarters. It would have been nice to get something a little bit closer into this, but this isn't bad. It's pretty close. They use that one a lot. So that's it. So for next time we are going to start one project in a minute, but let's see what we've got coming up, because over here secretly been building this tunnel. I'm surprised they haven't finished it because there's no path. Oh, well, they'll finish that off in a bit. One bit more. And we're going to start putting these bad water discharge things on here and on here. We've got to get over there, and then we'll do the same up on the top of here as well. You can see I've got some platforms in ready. I mean, I can pop those down whenever. They're really not going to bother me cost-wise, so they'll go on in a minute, ready for next time. And that's going to help because we can open those up even during droughts, so we don't lose all of our power, because this is pretty important to our power, I think, and this is very important, so we can keep collecting bad water for extract and all sorts of things as well, even when we've got a drought. So it's great. Other things to look forward to next time, going to delve into the gravity batteries as well, just to try and make that a thing as a backup. We've got these towers rigged up with the power shafts going up the middle of them. Even this little one has got one. Not sure we're going to bother with that. So yeah, we'll have a play around and see what we do. We might just hang them off the sides of this one to start with. It is the biggest after all, and maybe we'll add some to the other bits as well. It would look kind of cool hanging down this bit in between as well. So yeah, there's some playing around with that to do, and we're going to look at starting to terraform all this. Probably before the next episode, I'm going to start getting some of this all cleared out, ready so that we can start looking into the bot factories and everything. Where all of this. It's all of this. I've not touched any of that. I don't know how we make grease. Yeah, well, there's lots to make, so we can do all that. But there is one more thing. We're going to save that to go over here somewhere. But this is a big project. It's supposed to be like the end game thing, but I think we're ready. I know we haven't got the beavers, but we can do gears, plank, treated planks, metal, and I built a platform for it. And isn't that going to look great just there? Right in the centre of everything. It's going to touch almost everything we've worked on. So I'm going to pop that down now. Yeah, that's plenty science points for that. That's what that platform was ready for. You might have guessed. And they're going to build that up pretty fast. But I don't think we've got that level of materials in stock. So, you know, we'll save that for the beginning of the next episode, I think. And we will see where we end up with that then. So until that next time, it's going to be a little bit because there's a lot to do. Hope you enjoyed this one, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.